Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Night Flights, proudly brought to you by the guys over at Blaze Pizza. Big shout out there to Greg McClendon. If you haven't been to a Blaze Pizza, get down there and check out Blaze Pizza. Alrighty, folks, I am Scott Kolovic, your announcer for the evening for this race at Dover. This is week one, race one of our Friday night series. We have been running Dover all week, and I tell you what, these drivers are geared up, reared up, and ready to roll out at the third Dover race this week. We ran the Xfinities on Monday with Ryan Kuhn bringing her home on Monday. Tuesday, Ronald Klein bringing her home in the Tuesday Night Truck Series. But tonight, these are the big cars. Drivers have brought their big feet out here to this 1 mile track in these cup cars. It is going to be balls to the walls out here, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we've got Greg McClendon, our sponsor for the night, out there on that KMA TV chat. Big shout out there to Greg McClendon. Hopefully, we will be able to get Greg McClendon up here in the booth and talk to Greg at some point in time during tonight's race. 100 laps of Dover coming at you tonight, proudly brought to you by Blaze Pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, this is KMA TV. Big shout out there to our fans. Big shout out there to GW Graphics out there on the KMA TV chat. Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics, owner and creator of those awesome videos and those awesome commercials that we will see during tonight's, hopefully, 100 laps of caution-free racing out here at Dover. Drivers have finished up their qualifying times, and qualifying out here at Dover, folks, well, it's mighty important, I tell you what. As these drivers are taking their qualifying times down, we're looking at our grid. Out there on that number one position, we have got Colin Bauer with a 20.645 side by side with Travis Browder with a 20.744. Sitting in third position, Sean Molchek with a 20.836. Eric Stiles with a 20.862 in fourth position, and fifth position belonging to Abe Bowden in the number 74 with a 20.977. David Washington. Haven't seen David for a while. Welcome, David. He is sitting in sixth position. Brad Ream with RTK Motorsports, position 7. Wally Terheimer, Max Velocity, position 8. Lee Staples with Black Talon Racing side by side with his teammate Edward Bray for 9th and 10th. Sitting in 11th position, we've got Everett Lane. 12th position out of Canada belonging to Craig Kenny. Freeman Kelly in position 13. Donald Stewart in position 14. Position 15 belonging to the number 20, Dave Acacia. Paul Pellizier. We call him Pep for short. He is in position 16. Position 17 belonging to Michael Johnson. Jason Russo, our Tuesday night sponsor, position 18 tonight. Position 19. Well, that's me, but I'm not racing. I'm up here in the booth, and Frederick Hofstadter is invalid. Paul Cohen sitting back in 21. Cameron Combs in position 22. Believe he is going to be an invalid driver as well. Back there in the rear, Lee Ryerson, Joel Guy, and Danny Rudy on the tail end of that field. All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to kick off 100 laps out here at Dover, the Monster Mile, in our third race of the opening week of our brand new series. Now, Travis Browder in the number 18, what a run he has had this week. Doing a very good job. Falling short, though, just by a hair or so. Jason Russo has been a definite, solid front runner all week. I do believe he's got fifth and a third place position. Out there on that front line, though, is the number 17 of Colin Bauer. A lot of responsibility out here tonight. Laps led important, not as far as the point chase goes. We're not given any extra points for the leading the most laps or anything like that. But one thing about Dover, folks, you want to be out there in the front. Pace car is in. 17 and 8, side 18 side by side. 17, 18, 1 and 2. Getting ready to roll them out. And away goes that number 17. What a big start out there by Colin Bauer. Already the number 15 and the 01. Side by side, number 15 taking a big run off of that 01. Already trying to get early on onto the rear end of Travis Browder. Sean Molchek in that number 15. Eric Stiles in fourth. David Washington already into fifth place. Back there in the back, heavy traffic there with Edward Bray, Wally Tierheimer, and the number 61 of Brad Ream. Edward Bray trying to wait for the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer to open up that inside door. He's a-knocking. He is a-knocking hard. He's a-banging on that door of the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer. Early on, what a start out here at Dover, folks. Three-wide action already there with Wally Tierheimer. Number 64 backing out a little bit. 61 having lit back out. 64 up onto the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer. Going to be a lot of different grooves out here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be talking about that inside lane. We're going to be talking about that outside lane. We're going to be seeing side-by-side action here very soon with the number 64. Still waiting for Wally to open up that door. Taking a look at the bumper-to-bumper action from the inside of Lee Staples. Lee Staples with a fast lap of a 21.792. Last lap of a 21.884. Tire wear going to be very, very critical out here tonight. He's got a big run. Knocking on that door. Wally shutting that door shut. Jumping back, taking a look at Jason Russo. Started 18th, currently is in 15th position. Finished out 5 on Tuesday in our Tuesday night truck series. Dropping back, Paul Cohen chasing down Jason Russo. Paul Cohen goes by the nickname of Buzz, and right now he is buzzing around this 1 mile track at Dover. Taking his sweet time, no hurry, no worry. Back there to the rear, Lee Ryerson getting a little wiggly right there. Danny Rudy already suffering front end damage. Not sure what happened to Danny Rudy early on. And Joel Guy in pit row 2 laps down. Caution is out. Looking at the number 24 of Everett Lane. Going to back that up just a little bit. Alrighty, taking a look at the number 24 of Everett Lane. Getting a little bit loosey-goosey. Diving it down deep. Barely nicking up on that inside line. And the number 24 Fast Lane going for a ride back up into the pathway of the number 20. Into the wall. 20 narrowly avoiding it. 24 spinning her back around. Fortunately, he is okay, but that is going to cost the number 24 his backup vehicle out here tonight. These drivers are blessed with one backup, one SS left, and right now Everett is going to take his spare SS out of that hauler. Back up to the front with Colin Bauer and Travis Browder. Looking like they're going to head off into pit row. Tire wear extremely important out here tonight at Dover, folks. Nice looking ride right there by Colin Bauer in the National Guard. Travis Browder in the Toyota Camry. What is wrong with this young man? I keep telling him Chevy, 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 but he's a Camry guy. But it's working out pretty well. Travis Browder doing very well out here at the Monster Mile in the Monday and Tuesday series. Falling short. Hopefully tonight will be his night. How about it, Greg McClendon? Have you got a copy?
Gotcha, buddy. What's up?
Hey, alrighty. Sorry to see you not out here in the track, but I'm certainly glad you showed up on this inaugural race of our Friday Night Flight Series brought to you by Blaze Pizza. Talk to us a little bit about this upcoming series. It's going to be 15 hard, short track, medium track, only one speedway. What are you thinking?
Well, Scott, I think the skill set of our drivers are really going to come to the forefront in this little small mini series. I really believe that, aside from the super speedways, the true skill lies within the short tracks and the mile and a half. So this will be a true test today to see how our guys respond to the monster that is Dover.
All right, and now next week we are heading off there into Pocono. Oh, no, not Pocono. And we're running them there on Monday. We're running Pocono on Tuesday. We're running Pocono on Cup cars. Have you got a favorite car? Do you like the Xfinity? Do you like the truck? Do you like the Cups?
Well, basically, since I got to iRacing, my penchant was to get to the top level, basically driving the A cars. So basically my skill set lies within that. I have a great, awesome team with Dark Horse Racing that I've been affiliated with for quite some time, who has been really very helpful and instrumental in my development here within iRacing.
All righty, and finally, talk to us all about Blaze Pizza.
Well, Blaze Pizza is big, friendly smiles, lively, fun interactions. We always say yes. Zoom go really fast, and we always exceed expectations. Guys, we got over 40 toppings that you can custom build a pizza for, and we'll fast fire it for you within 3-4 minutes, and you're out the door. Well, it's an experience that you guys need to... I just can't even put it into words, but for the most part, I can tell you this. If there's not one there in your neighborhood yet, we got them coming on the way. We're opening up a whole brand new slew of Blaze Pizzas across the United States. You guys need to give us a try. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
No, sir, you can't. I've got to travel a short haul up 60 miles to right up the road up there near Bloomington. But I tell you what, it is worth the while. All right, I'm going to put you back up there with the guys so you can get some spotting. Thank you, Greg, for the upcoming 15-week series.
Thank you, Scott, and I just want to let people out there in YouTube land know we got some very skilled drivers here, and they're going to put on a clinic for you guys tonight. We get these little bugaboos out the way, and you're going to see what we're all about here, guys.
All righty, copy that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, early caution on, self-spin out. Lap 11 of 189 to go. 0 lead changes. Colin Bauer leading all of the first 11 laps out here. Getting ready to take our first restart of tonight's race. Now, there are rules. Simple as that. To quote Negan of The Walking Dead, there are rules. We do request that these drivers do stay double file during the start and restart procedure. Pace car is in. No advancing your position. Leader's discretion, meaning that 17 can jump and bolt as he wants. And there goes Colin Bauer with a very good start against Travis Browder. Drivers doing a very good. No violations that I see, but one driver getting a little bit of a check up there, checking up in front of Edward Bray. Edward Bray running with Lee Staples. Got the number 31 of Paul Pellizer in that little circle. And the number 61 of Brad Ream. Brad Ream in the number 61 representing RTK Motorsports. Representing Pad out here in the green and black representing RTK Motorsports. Big shout out there to Ronald Klein for supplying the brand new equipment out here for KMA TV broadcasting in 1080 HD. Still working out the bells and whistles, but what a joy not to have to worry if the frames are a dropping. And the number 61 right now, he is knocking, but the number 78 of Donald Stewart, what a driver, Donald Stewart. Currently in 11th position, started 14th, gaining up 3 positions. Paul Pellizer up there knocking on the rear end of the number 64 and the number 66 of Edward Bray, representing Black Talon Racing. Paul Pellizier staring at the rear end of the Reaper Chevy SS, getting her down onto that apron. Now, much like Daytona, folks, the apron at Dover, well, there's a reason they call it the Monster Mile, and a big run by Paul. We're seeing smoke up there in the front ground. Driver smoking, getting down there into pit row. Green flag racing. Paul over. Caution is out. Looking at the number 19 of Danny Rudy. Currently in 19th position. He's looking fine. He's doing fine. And boom, wiggly squiggly like a rattlesnake on shake. I tell you what, that is 2 near misses there by David Acacia. What a driver, Dave Acacia. We saw him narrowly miss that first caution. Had a little bit more breathing room right there, missing our second caution. That will put Travis Browder up there on that front line. Now, that will also put Travis Browder in an extremely interesting position right now. Pit or not. 2 cautions in 17 laps. You really got to think about how you think things are going to play out. Let's keep those cameras on Travis Browder. And Travis Browder ducking into pit row, possibly. Sean Molchek following suit. Colin Bauer. Pretty much all drivers are looking like they are going to follow down into pit row underneath our second caution. We've only had 1 lead change out here tonight. All righty, Travis Browder, Sean Molchek, Colin Bauer out there in front. How about it, Travis Browder? Have you got a copy?
Scott, how you doing tonight, Captain?
I'm doing very good, Travis. How are you doing, sir?
All right. Hey, what you up to?
Keeping an eye on you. Now, it looks like you might be working on a bit of a different strategy. I had a feeling you were going to pass pit row there. How is Dover treating you this week?
It's been a great week so far. It's been getting some, had a pretty good top 5 run this week, but we'll see what happens tonight in the Cup car.
All right, now you did mention the Cup car. We're running these Monday in B class, Tuesday night trucks.
Yep.
The big guys out here tonight. Have you got a favorite one yet?
I have a feeling it's the trucks. I have a feeling because the trucks were really, really good here Tuesday night. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll get a long green flag run in the Cup car. We'll see what happens on the longer run we go.
All righty, but you've got some very stiff competition out there with Sean Molchek. Good luck to you, Travis, representing Maximum Velocity Racing.
All right, thank you, Scott. Hi, Becky, if you're on here.
She is. I'll tell her. All righty, Becky. Big shot out there from Travis Browder. Side by side with Sean Molchek, Eric Stiles, Wally Tierheimer. We've got Martha Tierheimer, Mom Tierheimer, out there on that KM8 TV chat. All righty, to catch Mom up. Wally started out tonight in 8th place position. Right now, Wally is in 4th place position. Wally is halfway there. So a big shout out there to Wally Tierheimer, also representing Maximum Velocity Racing. We've had 1 lead change underneath our second caution of the night. 19 laps in of 100. We're going to jump into the cockpit of Paul Pellizier in the number 31 tonight. Going to give you a front row shotgun seat to what these starts and restarts can be like. Paul Pellizier on that outside lane in position 8. Got to be on your toes on these starts and restarts. You don't want to run over the driver in front of you. You don't want to get run over from behind. You got to follow all these rules. You got to stay in your lane. You can't jump no starts. You got to make sure you don't miss a gear. A lot of responsibility out here on these restarts for all of these drivers. And about the easiest place to restart actually is on that pole position because there's nobody to rear end, obviously. Now, when you're in the middle of the pack here, like Paul Pellizier, you got to be on your toes on these starts and restarts. 80 laps of racing yet to get done here tonight at Dover. Drivers are pushing down lap times of 21 mid.
Green flag.
Very clean start, big run for Paul Pellizier, trying to get around the number 64 of Lee Staples side by side with Edward Bray representing Black Talon Racing. Edward Bray, Lee Staples bringing home a position 2 and 3 last night in our open room on Thursday night. Yeah, Becky knows what I'm talking about on that one there. I had it signed, sealed, and delivered. Would have been my first win in about 2 months, but unfortunate late caution and a driver parked in the middle of the start-finish line took me down to 5th place. But right now, it is looking like Paul Pellizier is not going to settle for a 5th, 6th, or a 7th. He is on the run, trying to work his way around the Reaper, number 66. In-car camera with Abe Bowden. Abe Bowden started 5th, currently is in 5th position, coming up onto the rear end of the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer. Abe Bowden racing the Rainbow, being chased down by Lee Staples of Black Talon Racing, coming up on Max Velocity's very own Wally Tierheimer on lap 24 of 100. Now let's look at these lines, folks. Abe Bowden up onto that outside wall, going to cut her down into that apron, letting off, flirting with that line. Back up into that outside groove. Lee Staples working very hard to get around Abe Bowden, but Abe Bowden, a man on a mission. Abe Bowden with a run up onto the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer with a big cut down around Wally Tierheimer. Wally Tierheimer up onto that outside lane, losing 1 position, 2 position, 2 position. I wanted to say 3 position more. Side by side near the 7th place position, Paul Pellizier, Brad Ream, and the number 98 of David Washington. Brad Ream representing RTK Racing, David Washington on that outside lane. Brad Ream with a big inside run representing Pad, and here comes the number 98 of David Washington on his outside. Caution is out. Taking a look at the number 91 of Joel Guy, currently in 20th position. Car just... No, actually, we're going to back that up one more time. That was the number 19. I do believe that is the number 19 of Danny Rudy. Oh, unfortunate break for the number 91 of Joel Guy. Alrighty, we're going to back that up to one of Becky Whitmer's favorite views. Here we go, Becky. Unfortunate break there for the number 91 of Joel Guy. Back up in front to Travis Browder, Sean Molchek, getting out there in that 2nd place position and into pit row. This will be our 3rd caution of tonight on lap 30 of 100. In car, under caution, pit row action with Sean Molchek taking right sides. Taking left sides, Wally Tierheimer in pit row as well. Wally Tierheimer on his way out of pit row on lap 30 of 100 underneath our 3rd caution of the night. So far, self-spins. Haven't seen the big one yet here at Dover. These drivers are getting it stretched out a little bit. Let's talk to Wally and get his take on the night. How about it, Wally? Have you got a copy?
Hey, Scott, I do. How are you?
I'm good. Well, first off, say hi to Mom and then talk to me about Dover.
Well, hello there, Mother. Glad you could join us. Dover, I think this is going to be a survival race. I try to stay up here in the top 5, 6, 7, 8 cars because the further back you are, the more likely you are to get into someone else's trouble because you never know when that wall is going to come out and get you, and exit of 4 or exit of 2. So I'm just trying to be cool and I let Abe by on that last run because he had a good head of steam going and I was holding him up a little bit and I'd rather let him get in front of me than hold him up and cause problems, and I'll pass him a little bit later maybe. So that's what my plan is tonight.
All righty, copy that. Now, talk to me about your thoughts on the upcoming 15-week series. We're not in Kansas anymore. Well, we're going to be in Kansas, but we're not in Daytona or Talladega. We're going to be doing some Bristol. We're going to be doing some Michigan. What are your thoughts on all this crazy short track stuff?
I think that it is really interesting. It's a lot of fun. This is different. My wife actually just came in and I'm at the last start, and I said, "Look at this." She sat over my shoulder. I said, "Watch this," and she saw the whole thing and she's like, "Wow, that is crazy!" Going into turn 1 and just hauling with all these cars around, and it's a lot of fun, and that's the way I feel too. It's crazy. It's fun. It's not the same old thing, and this is a great evolution of KMA.
And are you ready for Pocono next week?
Pocono. Yeah, I guess I'll be ready. I'm ready for anything that you can throw at me, Scott.
All righty, well, Wally. Oh no, it's Pocono come Monday. Good luck to you, Wally.
All right, Scott, thanks. Have fun up there.
Wally Tierheimer, representing Maximum Velocity Racing, started 8th, currently is in 5th position. Taking a quick look at our running order: Travis Browder, Sean Molchek, Eric Stiles, Abe Bowden, Wally Tierheimer, Lee Staples, David Washington, Paul Pellizier, Jason Russo, and Edward Bray. Lap 32 of 168 to go. One lead change. Travis Browder leading 17 laps out here tonight. Colin Bauer leading 15. But Colin sitting back there in position 16. Got a ways to go to get back up there with Travis. Travis will be restarting here on the inside lane. New territory for Travis Browder. Pace car is in. And away goes Travis Browder. Now that Travis is up there in front, he knows what to do. He's got nothing but clean air side by side with Sean Molchek and Eric Stiles. Wally Tierheimer getting a big run off of Abe Bowden. David Washington in the number 98, giving Abe Bowden a run for his money. The Monster Mile, 1 mile track, very short as we look at it from the blimp action. Before you know it, you're up there into turn 1 and 2, and before you know it again, turn 3 and 4, side-by-side action with David Washington and Abe Bowden. Abe possibly getting a little bit of contact right there. Going to drop him back, contact with Abe. Hold her together, brother. Make a little bit of contact with Lee Staples. Abe Bowden definitely slowing down as the number 17 of Colin Bauer. I do believe Abe may have received a little bit of damage up there on the Skittlemobile. Going to take a walk around it. Yep, there it is right there, up there on that front corner. Good big damn. Well, he wrinkled the darn S. Well, what do you think about that? Well, you can't drive with a broken S. Big side swipe. Gonna need a new painter onto that Skittle-mobile. But Abe Bowden still trying to work his way back up there to the front. Speaking of the front, Travis Browder. Nothing but clean air out there in the future for Travis Browder. Lap 39 of 161 to go. Sean Molchek, nary a stone's throw away. We've got a Chevy SS tracking down. Caution is out. Looking at Wally Tierheimer coming around that corner. Wally Tierheimer, and we're going to break just a little bit loose. Oh no, say it isn't so. Wally Tierheimer going for a ride. Wally Tierheimer just getting a hair loose, nose in into the wall. 17 putting on the big brakes there. Abe sliding by. Unfortunate break there for Mr. Wally, but that is the third driver we have seen just cut loose, break loose Travis Browder into pit row. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back underneath our fourth caution of the night. Paul Pellizier out there in front. Paul Pellizier in the number 31. How about it, Paul? Have you got a copy, sir?
I do. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful.
All righty, you are the mechanic for tonight's race. Talk to us about setting up this big, heavy, fast car.
Yeah, it was a lot of effort to get it to not push so bad and to turn.
Okay.
We threw everything at it and we finally got something decent.
All righty. Well, these drivers seem to be doing a good job. Now, obviously, we're going to be having a lot of responsibility for you. I know you're already working on Pocono. What are your thoughts as we do travel through this very different season?
I think with each race, drivers will get more comfortable with this vehicle and its heaviness and its tendency to push and snap loose and et cetera, and they will get more comfortable with it, and the racing will improve with each week.
And have you picked out a favorite car? Is it the Monday Xfinity, the Tuesday Truck, or the Friday Cup?
I love the Friday Cup.
All righty. It's a big car. You're a big man. You're in a big place right now with position 1. Are you going to try to hold that position 1 down for the next, what are we looking at, 58 laps?
No. I do think there's a couple guys that I'm going to let by me, but the 5th, 6th, 7th place, I felt like I was faster than them, and I wanted to get in front of them.
All righty. Good luck to you. Paul Pellizier, position 1 on lap 42.
Later.
Lee Staples, Edward Bray up into that 2-3 position. Travis Browder dropping to position 5. David Washington advancing to position 7 along with Jason Russo. Donald Stewart. Drivers lining up. Double file. Want to give a big shout out there to Donald Stewart. Here at KMA, we Talk a lot about family. Donald Stewart sending my granddaughter a St. Louis Cardinals little newborn outfit. Gonna have to get some little pictures of the little tyke when she comes visiting Grandpa tomorrow. Nonetheless, big shout out there to Donald Stewart. Donald Stewart right now in position 9th, advancing from position P14 on the start. Going to take it a little bit further back in the field with the number 20 of David Acacia, position 13 on this restart. We viewed a restart from about 7th position. Going to look a little different back here in P13. And away we go. Listening to David Acacia grind through those gears. Already seeing Paul Cohen saying bye-bye birdie here on lap 44. Or is Dave saving tires? Now, we haven't talked about tires, but I'd say what, this monster out here, this monster mile at Dover, she is hungry. Well, I'm assuming it's a she. It might be a he. Either way it goes, it's hungry, and it will eat rubber like a fat man will eat on a chocolate donut coming off of a 7-day diet. Tire wear critical. Now on Tuesday night, we were watching Jason Russo in those trucks, and he was out there in first position after a late caution there, long about lap 92, 93. He had it signed, sealed, and delivered. Smoking car down on that apron. We're still green. We're green. That is Lee Staples. Lee Staples in trouble. Oh, no. In car. Caught her live. Lee Staples, I do believe. Abe Bowden, actually. Oh, right there. Right. All right. We're like fishing right here, folks. All righty. I'm not going to call this one here, but we are going to look at this a little bit. Look at the red number 64 and the blue number 74. And here we go. 64 on the brakes. 74 trying to slide up there on the side. But I actually think maybe the 74. Did he hit that wall, ladies and gentlemen? Ooh, 74 trying to thread that needle. Did not quite work out for the number 74 trying to thread the needle around the slower traffic of Lee Staples. That will keep Paul Pellizer out there in front, opting not to pit. Underneath this almost back-to-back caution, we are on lap 48 of 100, almost to that halfway point. Sean Molchek opting not to go into pit row. How about it, Sean Molchek? Have you got a copy?
Sure do, Scott. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm a little confused. Riddle me this, riddle me that. You didn't pit, brother, under caution. What are you thinking?
Well, I actually took right sides under the last caution. We had a real quick run here, and I thought Paul was going to be pitting, so I was going to stay out, but he decided to. He looked like he was about to go in, but it looked like he made the decision too late and pulled it back to the right. So, all right, it's all good. We'll get it on this restart.
All right, now talk to us about the tire wear. You said you took lefts or rights. I didn't hear you say you took 4. So talk to us about how the monster is eating up your tires.
Well, definitely want to try to avoid driving it in too hard, because you will eat up that right front, and you'll have a hard time turning it, and you'll get really tight. So you really want to try to back up your entry if possible. Use some brake.
All righty. Anybody out here that is keeping an eye on you out there on that KMA TV chat? Any sponsors you'd like to mention?
Well, Everett Fastlane Racing, unfortunately, he got caught up in a few incidents, and he's going to just sit out and watch the rest of the way. He's been healing up from a knee surgery, so it's been a little tough for him. In fact, I just had wisdom teeth pulled today, so it's been a little sore, but I can power through it.
All righty, just like you were going to power through this 1 mile monster. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Scott.
Big shout out there to Sean Molchek. And I tell you what, that is dedication, folks. Sean Molchek having some wisdom teeth pulled out here racing tonight. That is dedication. I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we are underneath our 5th caution. Now, Monday night, we did miss the broadcast, so I don't know how many cautions there were. They told me it was somewhere between too many and way too many. Tuesday night, we only had 5 cautions. We were in the trucks. Now tonight, we are at the halfway point underneath our 5th caution in the Cup cars. So we could be heading for a 10 caution night. Certainly, I hope not. Taking a quick look at our running order at the halfway point. Big shout out there to Martha Tierheimer on that KMA TV chat. Well, let's go check in on Wally. Wally is 1 lap down. He is in 15th position, but he is still alive. Big shout out there to Wally. Big shout out there to Mom Tierheimer, Becky Whitmer, and all the fans out there on the KMA TV chat board. Wally Tierheimer opting to drive a Ford and Travis opting to drive a Toyota. What is wrong with these fellers? What happened to the old Chevy Impala? Actually, tell you a little insider joke there. They're actually all the same. When iRacing sets these vehicles up, there's a bit visual difference there on the inside, but other than that, they're the same. They're the same speed. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing here on lap 51. 49 to go. 2 lead changes. And boogity, Wally is a boogieing on down. Eating like you mean it. Driving it like you stolen it. Putting on a show for Mom Tierheimer. Now, Mom Becky not able to watch her son tonight in action. Do believe Gary's out there on a call. Gary Whitmer, very good driver. Gary Whitmer, very busy man. Put on a good show last night out there on Daytona. Wally Tierheimer trying to get up to the rear end of, I do believe, Lee Ryerson. There's that Chevy SS I've been looking for, being driven by Lee Ryerson. Drivers are already beginning to practice for next week's race at Pocono. We're at Dover all week in week 1, Pocono in week 2. Pocono, the tricky triangle. Side-by-side action with Abe Bowden. Abe Bowden coming around the number 57 of Wally Tierheimer. Abe Bowden 3 laps down, though. Wally Tierheimer 1 lap down. Wally Tierheimer in that lucky dog position. Abe Bowden coming up onto the 051 of Paul Cohen. Paul Cohen on lead lap. Abe Bowden with a big run. Abe Bowden, a man on a mission, driving a Toyota as well. Talking about the visual difference, that is the dashboard of the Toyota. Lee Ryerson in the Chevy. Coming up onto the number 51 of Paul Cohen. Lee Ryerson braking just a tad bit loose there. Hang on to her, good buddy. Travis Browder, nothing but clean, fresh air out there in front for Travis Browder. But he's got the number 17 of Colin Bauer knocking on his rear door. Colin Bauer with a spot of right side damage. Sean Molchuk down on that inside lane trying to get a big run. David Washington making his way up to 4th place position in that Ford Fusion. Looking very sleek. Single foul action for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jason Russo making his way to 5th position. Paul Pellizer back there in position 6. Donald Stewart. Contact up in front. Looking at the number 15 and the number 98. Number 98 of David Washington. Not seeing anything bad. And oh, there it is. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Right there. No contact. That, ladies and gentlemen, that is netcode. No contact between the number 98 and the number 15. Going to back it up one more time. But look at the left rear quarter panel of the number 98 and the left front of the number 15. 0 contact. A little bit of netcode right there for the number 98 and the number 15 on lap 64 of 100. That'll put Travis Browder, Colin Bauer, Sean Molchuk, Jason Russo, Paul Pellizer into pit row. David Washington going to get a little bit of damage fixed up there on the Chevy SS. Number 74 into pit row as well. Now that will put Abe Bowden 3 laps down. Lee Staples will be 4 down. Hoping to get that free pass along with the number 91 of Joel Guy. That'll put Wally Tierheimer out there on that front row position underneath our 6th caution of the night. Wally Tierheimer opting to give up that position to go into pit row. Travis Browder back into 1st position along with the number 17 of Colin Bauer.
Man.
How about it, Colin? Have you got a copy? Colin Bauer, have you?
Yes, sir, I do.
All righty, copy that. Hey, you're right now in position 2. You started out there in position 1. We're past the halfway point. Talk to me about the monster.
Well, it's got me a little bit. I led the first 10 or so laps of the race, got in the wall after a restart, and just kind of dropped back, trying to get acclimated and everything like that. And then went to the back. Everybody didn't pit when I did, and got in an accident and scratched and clawed my way back up here.
All righty, I see you representing the National Guard. Big shout out there for you, brother. What do you think the next 34 laps? Are we going to be done with these cautions, you reckon?
It's tough to tell. Sounds like the last one might have been down the net code there, but a lot of people are getting real loose off the corner. So if everybody holds it straight, I think we'll be all good for a good finish here.
All righty, looking good out there. So far, so good, sir. You may have this one here wrapped up. Are you prepared for Pocono next week?
Yeah, Pocono's a lot of fun. Definitely going to have to start working on a setup if we're going to run the A cars again next week. But had some success there last year, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
All righty, copy that. Good luck to you, Colin Bauer.
Thank you, sir.
Colin Bauer out there in position 2. Sean Molchuk, Jason Russo, Donald Stewart making his way up to position 5. Paul Pellizier, Eric Stiles, Edward Bray advancing up to position 7. Gary Whitmer rooting on the number 66 of Edward Bray. Edward Bray representing Black Talon Racing, a sub-team of KMA Racing. Paul Pellizier with Kicking Asphalt and his teammate Jason Russo. "14 drivers on the lead lap. The 14th driver being Wally Tierheimer. Wally Tierheimer back on that lead lap as we go back to Green Flag Racing with 33 laps to go. And away goes Travis Browder. Sean Molchek wising up on that inside lane side by side with Jason Russo. But the number 17 Colin in the National Guard getting a good run trying to get up to Travis Browder. Donald Stewart in the number 78 in position 5. Good run onto the number 14, Jason Russo in the snap on Chevy SS. Donald Stewart opting for a higher groove than Jason Russo. Not a full throttle track out here, folks. It's really not you against the driver. It is you against yourself. You've got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to get into it and get out of it. Travis Browder leading 37 laps. Colin Bauer leading 21. Paul Pellizier has led 12. Lap 71 of 100. Taking a look at the right front of Jason Russo, getting very tied up onto that wall, making a big run on Sean Molchek. That is positions 1, 2, and 3 directly in front. Going to jump up to third place, Sean Molchek, trying to chase down Colin Bauer. Colin Bauer having his hands full there with Travis Browder. Down onto that left front suspension of Colin Bauer. Travis Browder, our race leader up there in the distance, he's got it dialed in and styled in. Doing a great job of working his way around this 1 mile track we call the Monster. Number 17 going to have to head for a paint shop before this night is over. Just can't quite seem to get up there to the rear end of Travis Browder. He's working awful hard at it though, but Travis Browder keeping it out there in front. Still looking at the number 15 of Sean Molchek and Jason Russo. Jason Russo getting a little bit of pressure from Donald Stewart and Paul Pellizier. These front 6 drivers have broken away from position 7 belonging to Eric Stiles, David Washington in position 8, Edward Bray in position 9. Freeman Kelly, Dave Acacia racing for positions 10 and 11. Lee Ryerson in the 125 by himself, and Wally Tierheimer getting ready to get busy with Paul Cohen, Lee Staples, and Joel Guy. Joel Guy, unfortunately, 8 laps down. Paul Cohen started 21st, currently is in the 14th position. Lap 79 of 100. Travis Browder out there in front. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going to take a quick 4x4 commercial. We are going to be doing the monthly race for Pad 1 week late, but tune in Sunday for our monthly race for Pad, People Against Distracted Driving. Seventh caution of the night, folks, for lead changes 10 to go. Lap 90 of 100. Travis Browder in a very good spot up there in position 2. Becky Whitmer just getting home from work. Big shout out there to Becky. Wally Tierheimer still in a good spot. In position, Wally Tierheimer in position 12, pulling out of pit row. About an 8-lap shootout. Underneath our 7th caution, Eric Styles. Eric Styles getting out there in front along with Abe Bowden. But Abe Bowden, 19 laps down. But what a trooper out here. Going to try to get him back the hard way. Not sure if he's going to be able to get back. 19 laps, though. How about it, Eric? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty. 7 cautions tonight, 4 lead changes, and you're in a pretty good spot. Looking about an 8-lap shootout. Good race, bad race. What are you thinking?
Yeah, probably more cautious than we want, but when we do go green flag, it's pretty good racing.
All right. Well, what are you thinking on this? I mean, we're looking at a 7-lap shootout at Dover. High lane, low lane.
I think I'm pretty much screwed. I took 2 tires, so I think everybody behind me took 4, so I'm going to try as best I can.
All righty. Looking at you in the Flame Fanatic. Talk to us a little bit about your sponsor there.
I'll say again?
Your sponsor, Fanatic? Fanatec?
Yeah, so I guess it's the wrong paint schemes loaded up, but yeah, that's I run with Fanatic gear. It's pretty awesome.
All right. All righty. Well, good luck to you, Eric.
Thanks, sir.
Eric Styles out there in that position 1. Travis Browder still in a very good spot in position 2. Abe Bowden hoping for the free pass. Been a pretty good night out here tonight at Dover. Been actually a pretty good week. We opened up there on Monday. Rough racing on Monday. Tuesday, the guys only had 5 cautions. Right now, we're at 7. So not too shabby, I must say. But I'll tell you what, we're going to Pocono on Monday. And again, it's not going to be the first time. We're going to say, oh no, it's Pocono. Till you say, oh no, he's going to say it again. But it is Pocono. Looking very forward to the Tricky Triangle. Now, as I mentioned, we are running the Xfinity class on Mondays, the trucks on Tuesdays, the Cup cars on Fridays. Each night is scored individually. So just because you're not very adept at the Cup cars doesn't mean you can't come back, kick some butt over there in the trucks on Tuesday. Jason Russo did very well in the trucks on Tuesday, pretty good in the trucks on Monday. Tonight, sitting back there in position 9. Pace car is in. Eric Styles, Travis Browder, Colin Bauer. Lap 92 of 100. Travis Browder on the move, leaving the number 17, coming up onto Eric Styles. Travis Browder might be burning those tires off, trying to get around 0-1. 0-1 falling up to that outside lane, but here comes the number 17 of Colin Bauer, hot on his heels. Caution is out. Looking at Paul Cohen. Going to back it up right there, ladies and gentlemen. Looking at Paul Cohen in the 051. Good humor up into the rear end of the number 23 of Freeman Kelly. Going to back it up one more time. What a punt. Paul Cohen should be the punter for the Chicago Bears. Here we go. Punt. And that sends the number 23 loose. Edward Bray. What a way to avoid it. Paul Cohen, number 51, riding the wall. Unfortunately, late caution by Paul Cohen, playing a little football there with the drivers at Dover. Travis Browder, Colin Bauer, Eric Styles, Sean Wolchuk, Paul Pellizer, lap 95 of 100. It is not over, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a look at the number 66 of Edward Bray. Edward Bray started 10th. Right now in position 10, in a very good spot, actually. But with we're looking at maybe a one-lap shootout out here tonight. Edward Bray passing by pit row. How about it, Edward? Have you got a copy?
Got a copy, Scott.
Alrighty, we are getting ready to wrap up week 1 out here. Race 1 on the Friday night, but we've had 3 races out here at Dover. Monday, 2 minutes to count. Tuesday, 5 cautions. Tonight, we're on caution 8. Sum up our week here at Dover.
Well, first race of the week, Monday, was pretty much a bunch of cautions. I think it was just everybody trying to get used to the track, the vehicle. I think by Tuesday in the trucks and all, everybody had gotten used to Dover a little bit, and we had a low caution count, so that was pretty good. Tonight's a little high, I think, especially right now, getting close to the end. But seems like everybody's enjoyed tonight. I've seen a lot of clean racing going on, so definitely looking forward to next week.
And how are you feeling about Pocono? I've been talking about, oh no, it's Pocono. I think you're probably like, oh yes, it's Pocono.
Oh yes, it's Pocono, and I'm definitely looking forward to Pocono.
All right, you talked to me a little bit about Black Talon. Pretty nice looking paint job.
Thanks, Scott. Black Talon. Myself and Lee Staples are teammates. We had Ted Ebenheiser with Gearhead Paints that painted this up for us in the logo, so big shout out to him.
Alrighty, big shout out there too. Gearhead Paint Shop, Ted Ebenheiser. Alrighty, and we are looking at, what, about a 2-lap shootout?
Actually, it looks like it might be a 1 lap.
Alrighty, I'm going to let you go. Good luck, Ed.
Thanks, Scott.
1-lap shootout. Travis Browder, Colin Bauer, Eric Stiles, Sean Molchek. Drivers are lined up side by side. Wally Tierheimer still in position 12th. There is still hope for Wally, Martha. I tell you what, in the unfortunate event of a major pileup, Wally could still win tonight's race. But Travis Browder, Colin Bauer, Eric Stiles, Sean Molchek, Paul Pellizer, these drivers are going to want it, and we're looking at about a 1-lap shootout. Travis Browder leading 62 laps. Colin Bauer leading 21. Eric Stiles leading 3. Paul Pellizer leading 12. So all 4 of these top drivers, they've led laps out here on the Monster Mile at Dover. Travis Browder, probably about as nervous as a young man getting his first kiss on the gymnasium floor of the 6th grade dance. Travis Browder, a young man himself, against a couple of older gentlemen. Stay tuned to see how Travis Browder does fare. Pace car is off. Travis Browder. Colin Bauer, there goes Travis. All he's got to do is get around this 1-mile track 2 more times. White flag. Eric Stiles falling back. Colin Bauer charging. Colin Bauer in the number 17, trying to chase down Travis Browder. Bumper to bumper action. Travis Browder with a big run. Travis Browder, he may seal the deal. One more time around this 1-mile track. Travis Browder. What a run by Travis Browder. dominating out here tonight in the Monster Mile. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get these drivers up here for post-race interviews. Travis Browder doing a very good job out here tonight. All righty, Eric Styles.
Yes, sir.
Bringing home third place position tonight. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. I didn't think I'd be able to hold them off as much as I did. Ended up pretty good.
All righty, any final thoughts or shout-outs there to your sponsors?
Hey, shout out to KMA, and what you guys do is pretty freaking awesome, and this is a great group of guys to race with.
All righty, thank you, sir. Eric Styles out here tonight at Dover. Started fourth, currently in third place position. Good podium, Eric.
Thanks, sir.
All righty, how about it, Colin? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir, Scott, I do.
All righty, talk to me about your race out here tonight.
It was pretty topsy-turvy tonight. We went from front to back to front again, and had a lot of fun. Congrats to Travis. He definitely earned it. I gave him a run for his money there. But I'd like to thank you guys for putting this on, and be here again next week.
All righty, are you looking forward to Pocono?
Yeah, it's a fun track. Definitely completely different from what we've run here. A little shifty next week, but it'll be a good time.
All righty, copy that. Good job tonight, Colin Bauer, finishing out second.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, but Travis, I don't even need to ask you a question. You've been here so many times. Take it away, Travis.
Hey Scott, what a race. I had a really good last restart there, and I saw Colin had a huge run in 1 and 2, and then I got a little loose off exit because it was getting pretty exciting, but he gave it everything he had. I gave everything what I had. Car was really good in clean air. I'm going to give a big shout out to Paul on the setup for tonight.
So you were using the setup of our good friend Paul.
Yes, sir.
All righty, now how are you feeling about this open setup? The mechanics can play on Fridays, but on Monday and Tuesdays, we lock them down with a generalized generic set. What do you think about that Monday, Tuesday compared to the open set on Friday?
To me, it's fixed setups. Everybody has the same setup. Everybody's driving the different saving tires. Saving tires is a factor on fixed setups, especially open setups as well. And a lot of people have different turning abilities, different driving abilities, and stuff like that. How they want to drive their car. But it's really interesting on open setups. So glad I got to experience open setups tonight for Friday night series.
All righty, Travis Browder out here tonight doing a great job. You started out here tonight in second. You got first.
Yep.
Any final thoughts before I put you down there with the boys?
Well, Scott, thank you for putting this on KMA TV. I appreciate you putting this on. Big shout out to Becky. Big shout out to GW Graphics, Pad, Michael Kaleni. Over the Top Painted Designs, John Hendrick, and Gearhead Paint Shop for Ted.
All righty, copy that. A whole lot of shout-outs there. I appreciate your shout generosity. All right, Travis Browder, good job, brother.
Thank you. I want to give a shout out to my teammate Wally that was here tonight as well.
Big shout out there to Wally, and a big shout out there to Mom Tierheimer. Now, where did Wally finish up tonight?
I think he finished P7, I believe.
Big shout out there to Wally finishing P7. All right, Travis Browder, I'm going to cut you loose.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks, guys. Monster Mile, baby.
All righty. Travis Browder, very exciting. Travis Browder bringing her home tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap it up tonight. Going to give you those race results. But Travis Browder, the big winner out here tonight at Dover. Stay tuned. Tomorrow night, live broadcast at Talladega. Then representing Pad out here on Sunday with another live broadcast brought to you by KMA TV. All right, folks, let's take a look at those results. I am Scott Kolovic with KMA TV, and we are out of here.